Oh, hey, how about that ride in? Guess that's why they call it Sin City. Well, today, myself, Carl Anderson, and my partners, Wesley Bobbitt and Vernon Patterson, are going to be telling you why the FIFA World Cup is the biggest, most popular, and most important sporting event in the world and has innumerable positive benefits for its hosting country. A brief history on past World Cups, starting with the 2002 World Cup, co-hosted by Japan and Korea. In Korea, for the World Cup, they built 20 different venues, which are still being used today by professional sporting teams that are also bringing in revenue. And along with that, the uh, FIFA granted the worldwide broadcasting rights for $800 million. And in 2006, Germany hosted the World Cup, where 24.3 billion people watched, and that averaged 783.87 million people per day. The 2006 Super Bowl estimated 90.7 million people watched. The 2006 World Cup also generated 300 million euros in revenue and 2 billion euros in retail sales. And the World Cup also produced 50,000 new jobs.
Oh, hey there. Did you know that football is a game in which each team works together to try to occupy as much of the territory of the other as it can, culminating in attempts symbolically to conquer of other side's stronghold by kicking the ball into the goal? This quote means it's a way to solve wars without actually having a war. For many countries in the world, soccer has that effect on people. And for example, in the history of the world, in the early 1990s, former President George W. Bush Sr. Enacted Operation Desert Storm, which was the first attempt by the United States to take over Iraq and get Saddam Hussein out of power. This was important because after they left and Saddam Hussein came back into power, Iraq started building bombs again. In the late 90s, Iran called on the United States and wanted them to come in and take Saddam out and get rid of his weapons because, as you and I both know, if your neighbor starts building bombs in your front yard, you're going to be upset. So the United States, just being there, did not want to do this. They just wasted a bunch of time and money going in, and he just came right back into power. So this caused the tensions between the United States and Iran to really skyrocket, and this really took everything over the edge and made it very hostile. In comes the 1998 World Cup in France, and the biggest game in terms of having meaning and importance outside of the actual World Cup was the fact that the United States did play Iran during the World Cup. If you look this up on Google, you'll find many an article that talks about how this game had more significant values to it outside of just soccer because it represented each country and what they thought was the most important thing to do in terms of the world. So.
Hey, with the World Cup being hosted in 2022 in Qatar, the first World Cup in an Arabic country, and as we know, Africa hosted the first World Cup in 2010. This was a huge success for the country and now shows that they are a major country to be reckoned with. The spotlight now is on the Middle East and it's their time to shine. As one benefit that we are looking forward to is improved infrastructure. As we know, Africa won the bid from 2010 and showed that they could build beautiful and elegant stadiums. We are looking forward to more technologically advanced stadiums 12 years later, such as air-conditioned stadiums, which will be a marvel to look at by onlookers. The next thing will be a major influx in money. This allows countries to showcase their skills and assets, especially for the hosting country.
When the time comes, the 2022 FIFA World Cup hosted by Qatar will be the biggest, most popular, and most important sporting event in the world and has innumerable positive benefits for its hosting countries. People will drop what they are doing and skip work to watch these games. This will be a great time for Qatar because of all the positive benefits being brought in, but none as important as Qatar now being accepted as one of the key regions of the world. Tourists will get to marvel at all the state-of-the-art state-of-the-art venues being built, and get to take part in history by attending the first ever World Cup to be hosted by an Arabic country.
Thank you for watching our presentation, and have fun watching the other presentations.